Good morning, guys, from beautiful sunny South Florida. We have the absolute most perfect day on the boat today. It is glass calm, it is nice and sunny, and we are officially 1 week away from the extra day of lobster mini season that we have this year. So what we like to do before mini season every single year is we like to go out and we like to go scouting. So we can go to all of our spots and see if we can find lobsters. So that way on the first day of mini season, we can go out there, go straight to our spots where we know the lobsters are at, so we can get the job done. So about a month ago, Governor Ron DeSantis announced that this year any Florida resident could participate in an extra day of mini season, which will be on July 14th. And actually Victor and I will not be here. We're going to be in Spain, but my whole family will be participating in that extra day of mini season. This is the first year that has ever happened. Typically mini season is the last Wednesday and Thursday of July, but this year any Florida resident gets that extra day. So it's pretty exciting for Florida residents. If you guys didn't know about that, then look into it. So we are on the first spot of the day. We're about to hop in. The water clarity looks very, very nice. I think Victor might drive the boat and we're all gonna hop in and let's see what we can find. So first thing is first, you legally need to have a dive flag to be diving on a boat. Anytime that you have a snorkel or a breathing apparatus, you need to have a dive flag on you. So putting up our dive flag.
Well, my first spot of the day is usually my best spot ever. I'll let it out. I've been diving this spot for 50 years. And so many times we come here and get our whole limit of lobsters. I didn't see a lobster yet. I didn't dive too much because it's got a little bit of murk in here, so I thought maybe we'd go to someplace a little bit clearer if we're all gonna get in and enjoy it. But you know what? Thanks, Ron DeSantis. The whole family's on the boat again, so it's good excuse to have a day on the boat, whether we see lobsters or not.
Go find me some lobster.
All right. So, like my dad said, the first spot, it was very murky. We've had a lot of rain lately, so I don't know if that has to do with the clarity of the water. But we're at a shallower spot now, so maybe it'll be clearer. We're about to jump in and find out. As we go through the dive today, I will try to name you the majority of the fish species that we see. It is always fun to dive when it is not lobster season because you really get to enjoy looking at the beautiful reef fish more than you normally do because you're not distracted trying to only find and catch lobsters. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's like a separation in the water that makes it hard to see through because of fresh water. So there's like freshwater and saltwater don't mix well together because of their salt density, whatever. And so it's kind of a little bit hard to see through it until you dive down a little bit because the freshwater is on the surface.
Lobster right here.
My dad just found the first lobster of the day.
It looks legal.
There we go, first lobster of the day. He definitely looked legal to me. This is a yellow-tailed damselfish. They are quite territorial, and my dad has stories of them biting his arms before while trying to catch lobsters close to their homes. There's another lobster under that rock.
Yeah.
Definitely legal.
I see his legs from this rock.
Another one?
Yeah, look under that one. These would be easy to catch with.
Oh yeah. So every lobster we have spotted so far has been underneath a rock, like not sticking out whatsoever. That's why it's very important to always check under all the rocks. A lot of people will tell me that they have a really hard time finding any lobsters, and it's like, well, are you only trying to look from the surface of the water for them, or are you diving down and actually looking under rocks for them? big ones here.
You could get a nice shot of a Spanish over here if you want to show off a Spanish.
A Spanish lobster?
Yeah, a good shot of it.
There's 2 giant lobsters under this rock. So that's a different kind of lobster. That's called a Spanish lobster. They actually are an unregulated species and they don't have a size limit. You rarely see those. And if you do, they're really hard to see. That one was just right in the front. That was really cool. We forgot to bring the weight belts, and I can see that Fisher found what people typically have as like a weight on like a kayak or something. They must have dropped it, and he's swimming around with this thing and using it like a weight belt. Well, I've been swimming around for the last couple hours and it is the perfect opportunity to replenish some electrolytes, and that is where today's video sponsor comes in, Element. Element is an electrolyte drink mix with everything you need and nothing that you don't. Element can help prevent and eliminate headaches, muscle cramps, fatigue, and other common symptoms of electrolyte deficiency without all the added junk. That means no sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, and no fillers. I've implemented Element into my life for the last 2.5 years and have absolutely loved it. So whether I'm out on the boat all day fishing, diving, going surfing, or just doing yard work, I can always count on Element to help me feel my best. So my favorite part about these is how they come in these extremely convenient packs and you can bring them with you everywhere you go. I like to just mix it into at least 16 ounces of water, give it a shake, and you're ready to enjoy. Who wants an Element?
Me!
So if you guys are interested in trying out Element, right now they're offering you a free sample pack with any purchase. This is a great way to try all of their delicious flavors. If you're interested, you can go to drinkelement.com/BrookCrist, or I will have a link in the video description. Now let's hop back in and see what else we can find. Cheers! Cheers! That's cool. Mom, do you see it?
Dad, you see the flounder?
He's going right in with the rocks. Usually they're all like in the sand, covered in sand.
Is that the first lobster you've seen?
First lobster? We have seen probably like
6. Oh, that's the first lobster I've seen.
Oh. That lobster came right out at me. It's always so funny. I feel like they know when it is lobster season, not lobster season. And they'll just come right out. They're like, no, I'm safe. I know you're not gonna take me. I often go back and forth between wanting to put music in the background of my diving videos. A lot of times the GoPro makes so much ruckus that it would be annoying for you all to listen to. Then other times the reef sounds so loud it's actually quite pleasant to just sit back and listen to and enjoy.
I see the first lobster of the day that I have spotted from the surface.
During mini season, the legal limit of lobsters is 6 per person for Monroe County and Biscayne National Park. Then it is 12 per person for the rest of Florida. But during regular lobster season, it is 6 per person everywhere in Florida.
Dad, there's 2 lobsters under this rock. It's the first time I've spotted one from the surface. It's so funny that it seems like the lobsters know when it's not lobster season. They come right out at you, you know? I can barely see them, but there's 2 under there. There was 3 under there. So that was just 5 lobsters under 2 rocks that were really close together. This staghorn looks really sad, doesn't it? I feel like it didn't look like this like a couple years ago.
Now, I'm no expert when it comes to corals, but this staghorn coral doesn't look very healthy to me. The pieces that are orange, like this one here, is what I believe it all should look like. Now that coral fact may have seemed sad, but this one made me really happy because I don't know if I've ever seen an anemone like this on our local reef.
This is where I would come. There are a lot of big lobsters here. A lot of lobsters here, huh? I'm seeing them like every rock I'm diving under.
We spotted a lot of hogfish during this dive. This is really great to see because they changed the hogfish regulations a few years back and you can really notice a difference on our local reef. The season is open May 1st through October 31st in the Atlantic, but they have to be at least 16 inches. Almost all of these would be too small to spear, but maybe in the future. If you notice, they vary a lot in color. This is because they can actually change their color to try to blend in better with their environment to protect themselves against predators. Unfortunately, at some point towards the end of the dive, Fisher accidentally switched his GoPro to time-lapse mode, which is what you're seeing now. But we eventually decided to get back in the boat and end our dive for the day.
I followed Fisher around and I would see him with all these beautiful, colorful fishes. I don't know their names, but they were like blue and greenish. I don't know what they are, but it was a nice dive. The water was clear, but there was a little bit of murkiness, I guess, but it was nice. I really enjoyed it, and I haven't been on the boat in a while, so it was nice to get back and dive with Fisher and the family.
Nice.
Nothing better than warm water, that's all I can say. As long as you're in there and you're comfortable, you can dive as long as you want.
Are you excited for mini season? Do you think it'll be a success?
Yeah, it always is. We always have no problem catching lobsters, so we saw quite a few today, but it always seems like the day season opens, that's when all the lobsters come out.
I'd ask you what you thought, Vic, but you drove the boat the whole time.
I had fun. It's just a beautiful day on the water. Unfortunately, Brooke and I are not going to get to partake in the first ever, I guess, time the state is doing this extra day of mini season, but I know that the crew will get it done, and it's actually a good thing that we did this because the last spot we went to turned out to be the very best one, so we marked it, and hopefully these guys come home with a cooler full of lobster, and when Brooke and I get home from Spain, we'll have all these good paella recipes, and hopefully we can make some lobster paella for them.
Nice.
They provide the lobster, we provide the recipe.
Mom, how about you?
I had a great dive. It's like being in a giant aquarium, swimming with all these beautiful fish. It was so fun. I could have stayed in there all day, but Fisher said it's so warm you don't even want to come out. The best part, there's no jellyfish.
I was thinking the same thing, or seaweed.
Yeah, no seaweed, no jellyfish. It was perfect. A little of that cloudy water from all the rain, like Brooke was talking about, but you kind of get used to it. It was beautiful. Thank you for getting us all to come out together, and thanks, Vic, for driving the boat. Great day.
Kind of just kept Victor company on the boat today. I know next weekend I'm going to be doing a lot of netting with Brook not being there, so I'm going to have plenty of opportunities to catch lobsters on Sunday. Looking forward to it. It sounded like they saw a decent amount of them out there, so I think we're going to clean up.
Alright guys, so obviously today was not lobster season, but I did bring my net and tickle sticks. If you guys have seen my videos in the past, you know that I hand make these. You can find them at floridalobsternets.com. We catch all of our lobsters using this tickle stick to chase the lobsters out and this net to catch them. I hand make both of them and they work absolutely great. Obviously you guys didn't see us catch any lobsters in this video, but I will play some footage of past lobster catches using these things. I am the one who makes these, I box them, I ship them out, so I want to give a big thank you to everyone who purchases them, as well as I have noticed a lot of you have repurchased over the years. Maybe you give them a try and you enjoy them and you buy more for the family. I really appreciate it. I see your guys' names year after year continuing to support me, so I really appreciate it. But yeah, floridalobsternets.com. Alright guys, so we're about to head out, and I took out everybody's masks and snorkels out of their bags. And a lot of these snorkels are black or clear, so they're a little bit hard to look at what I'm looking for. But Fisher's, for instance, is white. And I always like to clean the snorkels before we go out for the first time of the season, because you see that? That's mold. I guess it depends really where you keep your stuff, but we keep ours in a shed. And I find every single year the snorkels get a little bit moldy. So what I like to do is I take a toothbrush and some mouthwash and I get in there and I clean that all out. Because if you don't do that and you go diving, the next day you'll see that your throat is sore. So it's always a good idea to check on that and give yourself a nice little clean so you can go out there and enjoy it and not get a sore throat. Did you know that they passed a law that it's illegal to let balloons go now? It's got little fish attached to it. Woo! Good job.
Sorry, little guys.
Oh, you're gonna get black all over your mouth. I can already see it.
Don't let your balloons go in the air like that.
Oh. Good luck to everyone participating in mini season this year. Have fun, but remember to stay safe. No amount of lobsters is worth putting yourself or your family and friends in danger.